G'day, everybody. Tim Dwyer from South Australia again, and don't you love the background I've got today? Oh my goodness, how peaceful and quiet would it be out there? Holy smoke, that'd be just beautiful. And it is a long road, and we've all been on a long road. But hey, there could be a turn in the road coming pretty soon, I hope. So I just want to give a very short video. I'm sorry I'm a few days late with this one, but I want to give a very short video so as a build-up to the next one coming, which will be just in a couple of days. But I wanted to put this out there. So although it might in the beginning sound a little repetitious, don't worry. There's a bit in there that, as I shared this with some other people on the weekend, they sat there in absolute silence, trying to grasp the enormity of what I just told them. And maybe it might have the same effect on you if you grasp what I'm about to tell you. And if so, please share this. All of Australia needs to know this bit. Let me share the screen. Let me bring up the PowerPoint. Let me do this, get that up there. All right, Our True Australia. www.ourtrueaustralia.com. We are decent, proud, hardworking, visionary, kind, brave people from the four corners of the earth who have decided they will no longer suffer the crimes of the corporations and the global parasites. Let's go. As you all know, this is the supreme law of Australia. This is the Constitution Act, an act to constitute the Commonwealth of Australia, 19th of July 1900, a UK Parliament Act. It was enacted here in Australia in January of 1901, and it's what we affectionately call the 1901 Constitution. Now, you need to give this some serious thought. Now, we know the Australia Act was introduced by Bob Hawke unlawfully, but it was an act to bring constitutional arrangements, changes, affecting the Commonwealth and the states into conformity. So to bring the states into conformity with the status of the Commonwealth of Australia as a sovereign, independent and federal nation. There's their bogus Great Seal of Australia with the bogus seal of Elizabeth II, the Queen of Australia. That is the fiction, the watery tart out of Lake Burley Griffin that Gough Whitlam introduced into our world. Unfortunately, this seal here has no royal power, no assent whatsoever. You might as well use a Coca-Cola bottle top as a seal. It has the same authority. So, let's have a look. The Public Governance Performance and Accountability Act of 2013, it goes on, there's another one of 2017, it's the same. Two types of Commonwealth entities. There are two types of Commonwealth entities, a corporate Commonwealth entity, which is a Commonwealth entity that is a body corporate. Now, I've been telling you forever that the Commonwealth and all the states, they're just companies, they're corporations. There is also a non-corporate Commonwealth entity, which is a Commonwealth entity that is not a body corporate. But look at the note down the bottom. The corporate Commonwealth entities are legally separate from the Commonwealth. Did you hear what I just said? The corporate Commonwealth entities are legally separate from the Commonwealth. Boom. So what they've told us is that the corporate Commonwealth that they all operate under, with all their ABNs, with all their registration in the United States, is not part of our Commonwealth. Do you hear that? I'll leave that there for you just to see if you can get your head around that. Therefore, within the red Quick and Garum book resides the law of Australia. Constitution is within there, and all the explanations of how it works is in that red book. This green book, as I have said many times, is a corporate document of deception, and I've just given you the proof of that corporate document of deception. All contract law is totally reliant on your actual consent. Now, if they are all corporations, as they've just told you in their act, then they need your actual consent. The corporate, federal, and state governments, including local governments, rely on your ignorance of their deception and fraud. They rely on your implied consent. You are permitted to withdraw your implied consent, and there'll be more on that later. It is now time to pick a side. The Australian Commonwealth, as proclaimed and gazetted in 1901, or the unlawful corporate Australia as created by political parties. The 1901 Constitution, where the people have absolute, total, and uncontrollable authority, and the Parliament is the servant of the people, and the courts are just and honourable. That'd be a change. The political parties, unconstitutional corporate Australian government is not accountable to the people at all. A fraud, a corporate body created by treason and deceit. It's a simple choice. We must choose between the unlawfulness, the lies, the deception, the dishonour, the fraud, and the treason, today's governments, state and federal and local, or truth, honesty, fairness, and lawfulness, our future Australia. Is this house the house of treason? Is it? It is my opinion that it is nothing other than a house of treason. It must be, because we never gave them any authority to change our nation in the way that they have. We never gave them any authority to come under the United Nations, to come under the World Economic Forum, to come under the WHO. We gave them no authority to do that. No lawful oath, no lawful authority. It's just that simple. Stop. And the people said no implied consent, and then the tyranny stopped. Now, let me explain something to you. If the federal government is a corporate body, and it included the states in 1986 to change their status, then the states are a corporate body. Therefore, the councils are a corporate body. And nowhere in our Constitution does it allow the corporate bodies to print and make money. Nowhere in our Constitution does it give the corporations of any sort the capacity to raise a tax. Nowhere in our lawful Constitution does it give the courts the ability to protect the corporations. Nowhere in our Constitution does it say that people have to vote using all capitals in their name. You are not voting for a government. You are creating a joinder between you and a corporation. And that will be the same with the referendum. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to put the pedal to the metal. Tell you a quick story. When I was a young boy drag racing in the streets, I had a very, very wild little XU1, and it went real quick. I mean, real quick. And every night on a Friday night, we stand around with our bonnets up and telling lies about what our engines could do and how hard it would rev and everything else. But I had a mate put an inscription on the top of my rocket cover, and it said that the bullshit stops when the clutch drops. Well, it's time to drop the clutch, and let's see what this corporation's made of. My name's Tim Dwyer from South Australia. Please watch this again. You will learn an absolute mozza of information in this one short video. Please share this video and stand back. It's going to get hot in the kitchen.